Long lines like these are becoming a familiar scene because more than 3.5 million Americans experience the perils of homelessness each year. Dr. Carol Caton, the director at the Center for Homelessness Prevention Studies at Columbia University, says homelessness is a global problem.
A briefing at the United Nations focused on homelessness in today's cities. And worldwide, there seems to be a great movement of people from rural areas into cities. This is a worldwide phenomenon. And many of these cities, including perhaps our own city, are ill-equipped to handle large numbers of people who don't really have the resources to support themselves.
New York City, the nation's financial capital, has similar problems. Patrick Markey, a senior policy analyst at the Coalition for the Homeless, blames the economy.
As one of the wealthiest cities in the world, we have an enormous gap between the rich and poor in the city. 1 out of 4 children in New York City is living in poverty. And the fact is that folks who are working full-time, earning the minimum wage or just above it, can't afford apartment rents here in New York City. We have rents for apartments in some of the poorest neighborhoods in the city that are more than $1,000 a month. That's well out of reach for low-wage workers in the city, and that's one of the reasons we have a record number of homeless families.
This homeless man, who asked not to be identified, says he has had no job for 9 months. I asked him how difficult it is to find a job.
Are you kidding me? I'm 50 years old. You know, I had a good job and it's gone. You know, only employment you can get now is menial work.
According to the Coalition for the Homeless, the number of homeless people in New York is greater than any other time since the Great Depression.
Well, the last year was the worst year for homelessness in New York City since the Great Depression of the 1930s. Currently, there are 37,000 homeless men, women, and children sleeping in municipal shelters here in New York City each night, thousands more sleeping on the streets. In the past year, we've had an all-time record number of homeless families, nearly 10,000 homeless families with 16,000 children sleeping each night in city shelters.
Homelessness affects both developing and developed nations. Providing adequate housing is recognized by the United Nations as a basic human right. Muhammad Al-Qasim, Press TV, New York.